All right, court's on the record for the Commerce City Municipal Court for the afternoon session of April 29th, 2021. When I call your name, for the people that are on Zoom, please leave your devices on mute until I've called your case. I will tell you to unmute when I've called your case. If this is your first appearance and you have not yet done so, please watch the Advisement of Rights video. It's mandatory that you watch that before I can administer your case. If you have not watched it yet, you can find it at http://c3gov.com/court, or go to do a Google search, Commerce City Courts. It'll get you to the right page. As you scroll down the court page, you'll see me. Click on that box and it'll play the video advisement for you. All right, for the people that are here in the courtroom, when I call your name, I'm going to have you come forward to one of the three stations. While you're at the station, I need you to speak loudly and clearly. One of my requirements today is to make sure that everything that you say gets properly recorded. After you're done at the station, I'll direct you to see my clerks in the lobby. Their windows are located to the left once you've exited through the double doors at the rear of the courtroom. When you leave the courtroom, you do need to go out through those double doors, but you do not need to go out through the metal detector. There's a door to the left of the metal detector. There's a lane to the left of the metal detector that'll guide you to my clerk's windows. So when you get to the metal detector, go to the left and that'll get you where you need to go. I'm just going to start with William Cherry. Where are you at? You don't need to come forward at all. Your case is being dismissed. Go to the windows, see my clerks. They'll take care of you there. I'm going to move this back here. Oh. In case it slides off. It's Adam. In case it slides off, it's got a chance of landing there. All right. Jane Rogers, if you would come to station number 1, please. Right up here. That way. Station 1. One more. There you go. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. Give me just a moment. I need to call up your case. Okay, the city attorney says that if you plead guilty to one count violating our new city ordinance regarding an animal attack on March 18th of 2021 at 10:51 in the morning in the area of 6551 Monroe Street here in Commerce City, he will dismiss all of the remaining original charges against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Yes, sir. Okay. Did he read the new ordinance to you so that you understand what he would have to prove in order for you to be found guilty? I need you to answer out loud. This is being recorded.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Did you watch the Advisement of Rights video?
Yes.
Are you able to hear me?
Not great.
We're going to get you a device that's wired directly into the microphones. You have one up here, Alma? Thank you, Leroy. Test. Are you able to hear me through it?
Yeah.
Okay, if you'll put that on over your ear. All right, are you able to hear me better now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, good. So I'm going to start from the beginning because I need to be clear that you understand everything. The city attorney says that if you're pleading guilty to one count of violating the new city ordinance against animal attack on March 18th of 2021 at 10:51 in the morning in the area of 6551 Monroe Street here in Commerce City, he will dismiss the remaining charges against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
He also said that he explained the new law to you so that you understand what the elements of that charge are. Did he review those?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this charge, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this case?
Yes.
You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of all of the original charges, unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by pleading guilty to this one charge, you're giving up your right to have a trial on all of the charges. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the original charge against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf. And if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of a trial to testify or to remain silent. And if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of any of the original charges, you would have the right to appeal that decision to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this one charge, you're giving up all of those trial and appeal related rights?
I do.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this charge against your will?
No.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No.
Then to the charge of violating the city ordinance regarding an animal attack on March 18th of 2021 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea. I'll find it's knowing, intelligently, and voluntarily made with a full understanding of the rights being waived as well as the possible consequences. Give me just a moment. Come on. My mouse is acting up. There we go. No, that's all this case.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
I just wanted to say how sorry I am about this. I was really devastated. They've never been to anybody before. What I did to assure that this never happened again is I used my stimulus money to complete the fencing on my half acre so that they have absolutely no way to ever be on my property. I installed both the fence and the electronic ones.
Okay. What kind of dog is Tank?
So he's a Dachshund Terrier mix.
Brown color?
Yes,
Okay. And Sully?
he's an Australian cattle dog. And they're really not aggressive dogs. In no way does this excuse what I did because I did the wrong thing. But they were just barking and the young lady became agitated and started running around the street. And at that point,
Right, but,
they got,
yeah, but she shouldn't have ever had to become agitated.
I understand that.
And I can't, I mean, I'm a dog person myself, and I can't tell you how many times I love hearing when people say my dogs are not aggressive after they've just bitten someone. I know typically they don't act that way, but in this instance they did, and this is the instance that's in front of me. Okay, is Sully black and white? Okay. All right, obviously the city attorney is not invoking the vicious animal provisions of the new law, so he's not seeking anything other than a corrective action, which it sounds like you've taken care of. I'm going to leave the issue of restitution open with regard to Alexis Bernal for 30 days, just to make sure that her vet bills and everything have been taken care of one way or another. I'm going to impose a fine when there's a bite. The way I do it is suspend a portion of the fine. So I'm going to impose a fine of $400. I'm going to suspend $300 on the condition that you have no new animal code violations for a period of 1 year from today's date. That could be something as minor as dog at large, anything at all. Any animal code violations, you can count on me adding the additional $300 plus surcharges. All right, so when you go to the windows in the lobby and see my clerks, they're going to tell you that the total is $100 plus surcharges plus court costs. If you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. If an issue of restitution comes up, we'll notify you of that, and then we'll address it depending on what comes in front of me. If you don't hear anything from us in about 45 days, that means that there aren't going to be any claims for restitution brought through this court. And the only thing I can tell you is I'm glad you took the steps that you took. Makes my life easier. I hate to order the animals removed from the city, and even more than that, I hate having the animals put down. So let's make sure that, at least for now, Tank and Sully don't get into any additional trouble for a period of a year, okay? All right, do you have any questions? All right, go ahead and go to the windows, see my clerk.
Hello?
Hello, if you, Miss Montano, I see that you've joined us. I need you to go ahead and mute your device. I will tell you to unmute it when I'm ready to call your case, okay?
Okay.
Julia Thornton, if you would come to station 2. Okay, I have a document that indicates that you're pleading guilty to the charge of parking an inoperable or unregistered vehicle on a public right-of-way on April 24th of 2021 at 1:21 in the morning in the area of the 6600 block of Porter Way. If you plead guilty to this charge, the city attorney will have me dismiss parking violation citation number 7625 and 6629. Is this how you wish to resolve these cases? Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Okay, can we set her up somewhere to watch the video? Oh, did you receive yes, did you read through the written advisement of rights? Okay. So the problem with that is we don't have her signing and dating it, giving it back to us. We're not supposed to be exchanging paper. Okay, but I'll take your word for it that you read and understood the advisement of rights. Is that correct? All right, I have to go through them with you anyway, some of them. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this one charge, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in all three cases? You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of all of the charges in all three cases, unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by pleading guilty to this one charge, you're waiving your right to have a trial on all three cases. Do you understand that? You're waiving your rights to be presumed innocent of the charges unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by pleading guilty to this one charge, you're waiving your right to have a trial in all three cases. Do you understand that? You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the charges against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf. And if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of the trial to testify or to remain silent. And if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of any one of the charges on all three cases, you would have the right to appeal that decision to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this one charge in one case, you're giving up all of those trial and appeal related rights? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the charge of parking an inoperable or unregistered vehicle on a public right-of-way on April 24th of 2021 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I will accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? All right, I'm going to impose a fine of $20 plus court costs. When you go to the windows in the lobby, see my clerks. They will tell you the total workout payment arrangements. I'm dismissing the other two cases, okay? Thank you. Rodolfo de la Torre Ibarra, if you would come to station number 3, please. Where is my mouse acting? Give me a second. I'm going to reroute one of the devices. Yeah, that's working better. There you are. Okay, I have a document that alleges that on March 28th of 2021 at 11:41 in the morning, in the area of the 7180 East 69 Place here in Commerce City, it's alleged that you violated the city ordinance against prohibited and regulated animals. Yeah, poultry, okay. Um, Do you understand what it is you're being charged with? Okay, the city attorney indicated that he read to you the Mr. Gollin, this one has animal attacks.
Oh, that's just mistakenly attached then, but I read to him 208.
Okay,
Like, isn't that the whole? You just have to find 208.
yeah.
I can come back. I can bring it.
Well, I just need to know, did he read section 2008 to you, explaining what it is he would have to prove for you to be found guilty of this charge?
The livestock, remember?
I need you to answer much louder than that. Okay, so you understand what it is that he would have to prove for you to be found guilty of violating that ordinance, correct? Can you answer louder? Thank you. This is being recorded. Whispering into your mask isn't going to help me, okay? All right. Okay, he says that you and he have worked out an agreement that we're going to hold your case in suspense for 6 months. You're going to cause the rooster to stay gone and remove the chickens from the property and not commit any similar law violations for a period of 6 months. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Okay. Now, you have the right today to plead not guilty to committing this offense. If you pled not guilty today, the city would have to bring your case to trial within 91 days of today's date. That's your right to a speedy trial. By keeping your case in suspense for 6 months, we're going beyond the 91 days. Are you willing to waive your right to a speedy trial to take advantage of what he's offering you? Se me hace que no entiendes lo que estamos diciendo. Ok, vamos a poner tu caso para otra cita cuando tenemos un intérprete aquí. Es mejor si yo entiendo todo lo que estás haciendo y tú tienes que entender todo lo que está pasando, ¿ok? La próxima cita que vamos a tener un intérprete aquí es el miércoles de la semana que viene. ¿Puedes regresar en ese día?
Sí entiendo, nomás que es mi primera vez.
No, no sé, se me hace que no estás entendiendo los derechos ni entiendes lo que está pasando. Mira, tienes que saber si haces todo lo que se te está pidiendo, el caso se va a terminar en 6 meses, pero eso no es suficiente. Yo tengo que estar seguro que tú entiendes todo y yo no puedo hacer parte de intérprete porque yo soy el juez. ¿Entiendes? So quiero saber.
I understand that I have to wait for 6 months to get rid of the chickens and the roosters.
Right, but I need to make sure you understand all of your rights and the rights that you're waiving to take advantage of this offer. And that's what I'm not sure you're understanding. Okay, so I would rather be absolutely positive. And so again, my question is, ¿puedes regresar el 5 de mayo o el día 19 de mayo? ¿Cuál te conviene mejor? Okay, ¿en la mañana o en la tarde? Ok, vamos a poner para las 1:15 de la tarde el día 5 de mayo. Si vas a la ventanilla que está en el paseo, mis ayudantes te van a dar una noticia sobre esta cita nueva. y todo se va a hacer el mismo, pero yo tengo que estar seguro, y si no yo, la otra juez, tiene que estar seguro que entiendes todo lo que está pasando. Más importante, los derechos que estás renunciando, ¿ok? Ok, si vas a la ventanilla, me ayudantes te dan una noticia sobre la cita nueva. All right, on the record now regarding Jose Leon Bejarano. It's my understanding that he's represented by counsel Jonathan Healy.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Is your client joining us, or are you waiving his appearance?
We did send him the link information, Your Honor. I don't know if he's having technical difficulties. I can either give him a call right now and recall the case, but if the court would be willing to waive his appearance, I am in good contact with him.
Excuse me, you and my clerk are talking to me. What? Okay, presumably he's on Zoom.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, I see him.
Okay, do you want to go ahead and have him unmute?
If the interpreter would be of assistance.
It would be, except we don't have an interpreter today.
Would your-
We'll need to reset this case for an interpreter day.
Okay, I can give him a call right after court as well, Your Honor.
Okay, give me a second. I want to blow this thing up here. Okay, señor Bejarano, ¿estás ahí?
Sí, estoy.
Okay. Mr. Healy, do you understand Spanish?
Sí.
Okay. El problema que tenemos es no tenemos un interpreter aquí hoy. La próxima cita que vamos a tener un interpreter es el día 5 de mayo o el día 19 de mayo. Señor Healy, ¿puedes revisar tu calendar a ver cuál día te conviene mejor?
Your Honor, I would prefer at least the 19th. I do have a meeting with him set on the 18th. So in the interest of resolving the case, I would say the 19th or later if open to the court.
Okay, why don't we do the 19th, schedule it for pretrial at 1:15. If Mr. Gallen is going to send you this, you could do plea by mail and vacate the hearing.
Will do, Your Honor.
All right, señor Bejarano, vamos a poner este caso para el día 19 de mayo a las 1:15 y le avisé a tu abogado que si todo se puede arreglar y yo recibo todo el papel, todos los papeles antes, no vamos a tener que tener esa cita. Si no, podemos hacer la cita el día 19 cuando tenemos un interpreter aquí, ¿ok?
Perfecto.
All right, so Mr. Healy, we'll go ahead and get this paperwork to you as well as a reminder notice of the new court date and time in case you're unable to get it completed by mail, okay?
Great, thank you, Your Honor, appreciate
Thank
it.
you. You can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Y señor Bejarano, ya te puedes salir de la cita.
Ok, gracias.
Ajá. Do you not have the original ticket on this one? I'm sorry, this is Soto. Is that in there? I don't need that one, that's his. All right, so I need to find the back of the ticket. Yep. Yeah. they're both- I always look for the original. I don't know why they don't. I still don't know how they disappeared. Is somebody here for Paulo Soto? Good afternoon, Mr. Lonzi. It's good to see you. Two or three? Oh, they're all clean? Oh, then go to one. All the way to the left, my left. Go ahead.
Steve Alonzi, went to sell the land to Mr. Soto. We've spoken to the city attorney, like, this is the pre-trial, so we get discovered.
That makes sense. All right. We're looking at dates of approximately 30 days out. So check your schedule. Does your client need an interpreter?
No.
No? Okay. I was going to say, we could do the 19th, the 20th, the 26th, or 27th of May.
Is it possible we go to June? I'll tell you what, one of my partners is.
Shortlisted in Boulder.
And we're kind of, it's a short fuse if she gets it.
Right. Yeah, nope, I saw her name come up, shortlisted in Boulder. Yeah, I don't know her though. For some, I've never met her. Obviously, I know you and Mr. Pello, but. Okay, well, yeah,
We have more slots available on the 10th of
10th,
June.
June 10th?
Sure, that works great.
Okay, we'll do 1:15 on June 10th.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, if you'll stop at the windows in the lobby and see my clerks, they'll give you and your client a reminder notice. Okay?
Take care, guys.
You too.
Oh,
Jason Hidon, if you would come to station number 2, please. All right, it's my understanding the class is done and you just need more time to complete the community service. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. All right, when you go to the windows in the lobby to see my clerk, they're going to give you the notice of the new court date and time. They'll give you another community service form. Again, make sure you pick a legitimate nonprofit agency, do the community service, bring that back with you, and the case will be resolved on your next appearance, okay? All right, they're going to give you about 30 days, all right? Okay, go to the window, see my clerk. thought I saw Ms. Hutton here.
Yeah.
But she's on Zoom. Oh, there she is. Good afternoon, Ms. Hutton. You can go ahead and unmute. I'm calling Cooper Graham.
Okay,
All right, and is Mr. Graham present?
yes, he's on Zoom somewhere. There he is.
For some reason, it just shrunk. Everything. Yeah, I don't know why. All right, I'm back up. Yeah, for some reason, my connection just changed on me. All right, so now I do see Mr. Graham as well as Ms. Hutton. This matter is scheduled for pretrial conference. And Mr. Gollin says that he's willing to give Mr. Graham one more chance to complete the community service, is what I think is owed, right? Yeah, classes to those 24 hours of community service. Ms. Hutton, is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Okay, Mr. Graham, do you understand that the city attorney's allowing you one more chance to get the 24 hours of community service done? No, Mr. Graham looks like he's frozen on me. What? Oh, it is. Mr. Graham, can you hear me? I think we lost him. Mr. Graham, are you there? Well, I know that he did appear. Ms. Hutton, are you in regular communication with Mr. Graham?
Yeah, I called him after I talked to Mr. Gollin and explained to him that he got one more chance and then that would be it. That he has to get it done or the deal is off, so. And he is in very good contact with me.
Looks like he's back. Mr. Graham, you're back? Yeah, you're fine in terms of mute. Can you hear me? Mr. Graham, can you hear me? He must just have a bad connection is all.
Yeah, I would guess.
All right, give me a date, approximately 30 days.
Your Honor, I was wondering if we could go to maybe, sorry, my computer just did something weird. Go to June 3rd because I may have a chance to go around the end of May to see my grandchildren. And I know I'll be back by the 3rd.
We don't have court that week, so
Oh.
it would have to be the 9th or the 10th.
Either one of those is fine with me.
All right, we're going to do the 10th.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to reset this, and I've got to tell you, even if Mr. Gollin's willing to.
Can you hear me now?
I won't be.
Yeah, I can hear you. I just
Okay, that's fine, Mr. Graham. Miss Hutton's going to connect back with you. We'll get you information. The new date is going to be June 10th at 1:15. And again, I'm not going to give another pretrial on this case. So it's either done or we'll go forward with the trial if necessary. All right? Miss Hutton, you understand, right?
I do understand and I will explain it to him if he
Okay,
can't hear it. So,
yeah, he sent a chat, so I think he can hear me. All
okay.
right, so you can go ahead and leave the meeting. We'll get you the information.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Uh-huh. Who's the rest of that? And Mr. Cooper, if you're still there, you can go ahead and leave the meeting. All right, Aaliyah Newton, if you would unmute your device, please.
Hello.
Okay, good afternoon. And are you her parent?
Yes.
Can I have your name, please?
Nicole Newton?
All right, I have a document that indicates that if Aaliyah pleads guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with an obstructed windshield, a 0-point violation, on April 12th of 2021, shortly before 8 o'clock at night, in the area of 94th and Tower Road here in Commerce City, and attends the Alive at 25 class, the city attorney will dismiss the original speeding charge against her. Aaliyah, is this how you wish to resolve your case?
Yes.
Okay. And you're her mother, correct?
Yes.
Do you understand the original charge filed against your daughter?
Yes.
Do you understand the reduced charge that the city attorney is offering your daughter in an effort to resolve this case?
Yes.
Do you agree that your daughter is acting in her best interest by accepting this resolution and pleading guilty to this reduced charge?
Yes.
Thank you. Aaliyah, did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes.
Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this case?
Yes.
You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of the original speeding charge unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by pleading guilty to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses the city attorney would call in support of the original charge against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf. And if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of a trial to testify or to remain silent. And if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of the original speeding charge, you would have the right to appeal that conviction to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge today, you are giving up all of those trial and appeal related rights?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No.
Then to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with an obstructed windshield on April 12th of 2021 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
No.
Oh, juvenile. Is there anything you want to tell me about your daughter that I should take into consideration?
Nope. I think you probably know it all. You know, like she's 16 and she's learning and she'll be better.
Okay, you got to at least tell me she's a good kid otherwise.
Oh, yeah, of course. Like any great teenager.
Okay, there you go. All right. Looking at where you live, Aaliyah, you need to understand, coming south from where you live, Tower Road or Highway 2, they're both 45-mile-an-hour speed limit zones. So if you're coming from there or heading home and you're taking either one of those, they're both 45, and the police patrol them heavily. I don't know if you're aware, but we have the substation on 104th and Tower Road, and so that's what they're doing, is patrolling Tower Road and Highway 2 up there. You know, from 96th Avenue all the way up to 120th. They're going to be patrolling through there. So, you know, all I can tell you is, first, be aware that both of those streets, major arteries to your neighborhood, are 45-mile-an-hour zones. But more importantly, you're a new driver. As a new driver, you are a much greater risk of either getting into or causing an accident than a more experienced driver is. The Department of Highway Traffic and Safety says that until you've engaged in daily driving for 3 years, that's where the drop-off is in the statistic in terms of the risk you pose to either getting into or causing an accident. And so for the first 3 years of driving, you need to focus on one thing. That's to get to where you're going safely, not more quickly. If you're running late when you get into the car, just accept the fact that you're going to arrive late. You're too new of a driver to try to make up lost time in your car, okay? Don't ever do that. Never be in a hurry when you're in your car. Just focus on getting to where you're going safely. And if you do that, you won't see judges anymore, and the risk of you getting an accident are greatly reduced. Don't let yourself be distracted when you're in the car. Just focus on your driving and getting to where you're going safely, and you'll find that that makes you a better driver. So this looks like it's your first moving violation of any type. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So here's what I'm going to do. Your schedule fine's $80. I'm going to suspend all of it.
Thank you.
There's $29 in court costs that you will have to pay, but I'm also ordering you to do the Alive at 25. All right, when you leave the meeting, either later today or sometime tomorrow, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email. In the email, there'll be the means by which you can pay the $29 in court costs to do a site pay or other alternatives. They'll also give you the referral to the people that put on the class, and they're going to give you a deadline. The deadline's going to be in about 6 weeks. You need to contact those people right away, get signed up for the class. It's your responsibility to make sure the certificate of completion gets filed with my court by the deadline. But make 2 copies of it. One, your mom should send in to the insurance agent because they might give you a discount for her doing a driving class. You never know. It varies with companies. The other copy hold on to just in case you ever need to go to DMV for any reason. It's not a bad idea to have proof of completing a driving class with you when you talk to the people down at DMV. So original for the court, copy for your mom's insurance, copy for DMV just in case. And then just try to focus on your driving and being a safe driver from now on. Do you have any questions, Leah?
No.
Do you have any questions about what's expected of your daughter?
No.
No.
Okay, good. Then, yeah. I was talking to your mom. All right.
Right.
My clerks will reach out to you by email either later today or sometime tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
You're free to leave the meeting now.
Thank you.
Okay, Nader Saket. You can unmute your device.
Did you say Nadir?
That's what I'm showing, Nader Saket.
Okay, well, my name is Asam Swaked.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to pull up the
The
ticket.
ticket is under my name.
Yeah, let me double check. I just, give me a moment. This is a parking violation on a traffic ticket? Yep, that's what I've got. I have it listed under Nader Yosef Swaked. Is that you?
That's my dad, but that's my car. Maybe his name is on the car, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that would be weird. Okay, in any event, and you're Awesome?
Yes, ASEM.
Okay. All right. Yeah, for some reason, they wrote a parking ticket into a traffic, they wrote parking within 15 feet of a fire hydrant on a traffic summons. It doesn't matter to me because I'm dismissing the case, okay?
Thank
All
you.
right, so I'm going to dismiss it and make sure that it's not charged to your father or to you.
Thank you.
Because once it's dismissed,
Thank
okay?
you so much. I
All right,
appreciate
so when you signed in for this video, you provided an email link, correct?
it. Correct.
Okay, my clerks are going to send you an email showing that the case is dismissed, all
Thank
right?
you. Thank you.
Okay, then you're not free to leave the meeting.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Okay, so you can see that you wrote it on an EM form, but it's parking.
Oh.
Yeah, it's parking within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. So I don't know why they made that mistake. Right, Chavela Metotes, if you would unmute your device.
Present, Your Honor.
I know I can see you. I just wanted to make sure you unmuted your device. Give me a
Yes.
moment. I need to delete a couple of open files that I have here.
Okay.
All right, and yours is in writing. All right, so the city attorney says that if you plead guilty in case number CM 301408 to speeding 50 in a 45 zone, a 1-point violation on March 1st of 2021 at 8:56 in the evening in the area of 70th and Highway 85 here in Commerce City, we will dismiss both of the original charges against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of the original charge unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by pleading guilty to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the original charges against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf. And if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of a trial to testify or to remain silent. And if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not or would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of the original charge, either one, you would have the right to appeal that decision to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're giving up all of those trial and appeal related rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, Your Honor.
Into the added reduced charge of speeding 50 in a 45, a 1-point violation on March 1st of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea. Give me just a moment.
No, not my dog.
Why would I have sent that default? Oh, Yeah, I didn't see that we were, oh, it was on the same day. Okay, that's why. No, it was after. Okay. I entered the default on April 8th, and you sent the proof of insurance in after that date,
Correct.
is what I got. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, again, if you do it before your court date, then things change. If you do it after your court date, the default has already entered. All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and vacate the default. Your scheduled fine in this case was $80. I'm reducing it to $40 based on your plea bargain, plus surcharges and court costs. So my clerks are going to reach out to you by email. They'll make the arrangements for the reduced fine. If you need to make a payment plan for that, you'll work it out with them. Do you have any questions?
Okay. No, Your Honor.
Okay, so the new fine is $40 plus surcharges plus court costs, okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right, so they'll reach out to you either later today or sometime tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, you can leave the meeting.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Uh-huh. Couldn't figure out why I defaulted on the no proof of insurance if the proof of insurance was received, but it wasn't received until after I'd entered the default. Because her note says she didn't know she had to appear once she had sent the proof of insurance, but she again had done it backwards. The default had already entered.
Oh.
Okay, Andrea Montano, if you would go ahead and unmute your device.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
Okay, give me a minute while I pull up your case.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. It's in writing. All right, I have a document that alleges that on March 15th of 2021, at approximately 10 o'clock in the morning, from the area of 5990 Dahlia Street, that's the Walmart store located here in Commerce City, it's alleged that you committed the offense of theft. Do you understand what it is you're accused of doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the city attorney says that he explained the elements of the charge with you, to you. In other words, he explained what he would have to prove in order for you to be found guilty of committing this offense. Did he go over those elements with you?
Yes.
He also says that you wish to have the court appoint an attorney to represent you in this case. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, give me a moment.
I just feel like in-home detention for a $20 theft ticket is just excessive.
Well, if my understanding that you're on parole, is that correct?
I am.
So how would you feel about having parole revoked and being sent back to the Department of Corrections?
I mean,
Probably not good, huh?
no, but I don't have the money to take care of in-home detention. I mean, I'm already on supervised parole. I work, I take care of my grandson. That's just something that I can't afford right now.
Well, I get it, but again, it's one of those things where this is the crime you're accused of. You're presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and you're a special offender because you're on parole during the alleged commission of a new offense. So it makes sense for the court to appoint an attorney to represent you, but I have to make sure that you qualify. So if you would please, show me your right hand, raise your right hand. Thank you. Do you swear or affirm under penalty of law that the testimony and evidence that you'll provide to the court today regarding your application for a court-appointed attorney will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. The address we have for you is on Lancaster Drive in Pueblo. Is that correct?
That's my mailing address. I live here.
Okay. Where do you live?
I live on 1670 Geneva Street.
And that's Denver?
Aurora,
Okay.
80010.
Okay. The phone number we had for you, the last four digits are 9187. Is that still a current phone number for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's the number we would provide to the attorney, assuming I appoint one for you. All right. Do you have any ownership interest in any real estate of any type?
No.
Do you Are you married, single, separated, or divorced?
I'm single.
Okay, do you have any minor children that you're the primary caretaker or responsible for?
Yes,
Okay, how many?
one. Well,
Okay.
kind of two, because I have my grandson a lot.
Okay, having your grandson a lot isn't the same thing if
All right,
you're,
just one.
okay, and how old is that child?
He's 14.
Okay, is there a child support order in place for that child?
Yeah, but he doesn't pay it. He's in prison, so I get $25 a month, maybe.
Okay. I just want to make sure that there's a support order in place.
Yes,
Is it your son or grandson?
it's my son.
Okay. Okay, you said you're working. Where do you work? Where do you work, Ms. Montano? Oh, you went mute. You have to unmute. There you go. Where do you work?
I work at Rainbow Clothing Shops.
And do you know what your monthly gross income is?
Not very much. Maybe 8 to 1,200.
Okay. Are you working full-time or is it part-time?
It's just part-time. I would say more in the 800 range.
Is it the same number of hours each week?
No, it varies.
Okay. Are you currently receiving any type of unemployment compensation benefits from any other type of job?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you own any automobiles?
No, sir.
Do you have any ownership interest in any financial transaction devices, savings bonds, treasury bonds, retirement plans, anything like that?
Excuse me?
Do you have any ownership interest in any type of savings plans, retirement plans, treasury, bonds, anything at all like that?
No, sir.
Okay. How many adults live in your current household?
2.
Okay, and who's the other adult?
She's my daughter.
Okay. Are you currently receiving any type of SSI disability or any other public assistance of any type?
No, sir.
Are you receiving food stamps?
Yes, actually.
Okay. All right. And is there any other person providing or contributing to your support?
No, sir.
I'm assuming you and your daughter split bills, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'm going to find that you qualify for a court-appointed attorney.
Okay.
I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in this case. We'll set your case over for a pretrial conference. When you leave the meetings, my clerks will send you a notice of your next court date and time. We'll provide the attorney with contact information for you. My suggestion is if you have a parole case manager, make sure that you provide that information to the court-appointed attorney. Okay?
All right. Okay.
All right, then you can go ahead and leave them. Oh, wait, one more question. Are you currently a veteran of or currently serving in any capacity for the United States Armed Forces?
No, sir.
Okay. You can go ahead and leave the meeting. We'll be in contact with you either later today, more likely sometime tomorrow once we contact the attorney.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Elijah Garcia, if you would unmute your device. Mr. Garcia, oh, there you are. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
All right, I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a 3-point violation on March 4th of 2021, at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the area of 76th and Highway 2 here in Commerce City, and attend a level 1 driving class, the city attorney will dismiss the original speeding charge against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, give me just a second. It looks like I've previously entered a default in this case.
I had rescheduled my court date. I originally was supposed to be scheduled last Thursday.
Yeah, just give me a second. I want to see what I did. Okay, so on the 22nd, I entered the default, imposed fines and costs. Let's see. Then on the 29th, you received a motion to set aside. Okay, so no, we're good. All right, the motion to set aside default is granted. All right, did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes.
Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this case?
Yes.
You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of the original charge unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by pleading guilty to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the original charge against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf. And if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of a trial to testify or to remain silent. And if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of the original speeding charge, you would have the right to appeal that conviction to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're giving up all of those trial and appeal related rights?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No, sir.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, sir.
Then to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a 3-point violation on March 4th of 2021 at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the area of 76th and Highway 2 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'll accept your guilty plea. Anything you want to tell me that I should consider before I impose the sentence against you?
I was told that my cost for the driving class would be taken off of my full ticket amount.
Who told you that?
We were in a breakout room. I
The
don't
city
remember.
prosecutor?
I believe so.
Okay, that's not exactly correct, but this is what I do. I impose a fine and then I suspend a portion of the fine because I'm aware of the fact that you're going to have to take a driving class and it's going to cost you money. That's the way it works. It's not a straight deduction. Okay?
All right.
Anything else you want me to consider?
No, that's all, Your Honor.
Okay, your driving record shows a ticket from September of 2020 in Brighton. Is that entry correct?
Yes.
All right, your scheduled fine in this case is $160 I am going to suspend 80 of it, cut it in half, because I am going to order that you do the level 1 through NCTI. So when you leave the meeting, my clerks will be in contact with you by email. They'll make arrangements for you to pay the $80 plus surcharges plus court costs. They'll also give you a referral to the people that have put on the class. They'll give you a deadline of about 6 weeks within which to complete the class. So it's important that you contact these people right away, get it scheduled and get it done. When you finish the class, they'll give you a certificate of completion. It's your responsibility to make sure that certificate of completion gets filed with my court by the deadline. Make 2 copies of it. Looking at your driving record over the past 2 years and looking at your age, your insurance rates are probably going up really high. They might give you a discount for doing a driving class, so it doesn't hurt to send them a copy of the proof that you completed the class. The other copy you need to hold on to because, quite frankly, you might end up down at DMV because of your driving record, and it wouldn't hurt to have a copy of that driving class proof with you when you talk to the guys down at DMV. So original for the court, copy for your insurance, copy for DMV just in case. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so again, my clerks will be in contact with you by email either later today or sometime tomorrow to work out the payment arrangements and also to give you the referral to the class. You can go ahead and leave the meeting now, okay?
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh. William Ritter, if you would unmute your device.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, and are you his father?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, and your name?
William Ritter.
All right. So younger William Ritter. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with an obstructed windshield, a 0-point violation, on March 29th of 2021 at about 11:30 at night in the area of 94th and Tower Road here in Commerce City, and attend the Alive at 25 class, the city attorney will dismiss the original speeding charge against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and again, just to make the record clear, sir, are you his father?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand the original charge filed against your son?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand the reduced charge that the city attorney is offering your son in an effort to resolve this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you agree that your son is acting in his best interest by accepting this resolution and pleading guilty to this reduced charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Younger William, did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of the original charge unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by pleading guilty to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the original charge against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf. And if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of a trial to testify or to remain silent. And if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of the original speeding charge, you would have the right to appeal that conviction to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea today, you're giving up all of those trial and appeal related rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with an obstructed windshield, a 0-point violation on March 29th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything you want to tell me about your son that I should take into consideration?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I don't know if you were on the line when I was talking to the other very young person who lives up in your neighborhood as well. Tower Road and Highway 2, they're both 45-mile-an-hour speed limit zones up there. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And again, you're a new driver. It's important that when you're behind the wheel of a car, whether you're alone or with other people, your focus is on getting to your destination safely. And that's the most important focus that you should have. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, there's no reason for somebody, I mean, you are almost 20 miles an hour of the speed limit. There's no reason for somebody your age to be doing that, especially at 11:30 at night. Okay, so really focus on just getting to where you're going safely from now on. Okay, and if you're late for curfew, you can say, Dad, you were there when the judge told me that I'd rather be late for curfew than go speeding along the road to try to get home on time. See, I just gave you a built-in excuse, didn't I? All right, so let's keep that in mind. It's more important that you get to where you're going safely than it is to be rushing and speeding, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Your fine coincidentally is $80. I'm gonna suspend all of it. Because I am going to order the Aliva 25 class. Okay, so there's going to be costs of $29. That's all you're going to have to pay to the court, plus the proof of completion of the Aliva 25 class. My clerks will email you the information about paying the court costs. They'll give you the referral to the people that put on the class. They'll give you a deadline of about 6 weeks. Contact them right away, get the class done as quick as you can. It's your responsibility to make sure that proof of completion gets filed with my court by the deadline. Make 2 copies. William Ritter Sr., you should send in a copy of that to your insurance agent because now that he's a licensed driver, they might give you a discount for him doing a driving class. Also, the other copy hold on to just in case you end up going to DMV for any reason. So original for the court, copy for insurance, copy for DMV just in case. Do either of you have any questions?
How do you get the original to the court with everything being?
Yeah, you can scan it and email it. You can mail it, snail mail.
So you can scan it. They'll take an original scan.
Sure.
They'll still take that. Okay, I just didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of original, but it's going to be a scanned original. Okay.
Sure, that's fine.
And then you can do it by all virtual then or email. Okay.
Right. Yeah, scan, PDF, whatever. So long as we get it by the deadline.
Okay. Where's that class held at? Is that in Commerce City somewhere?
I'm sorry?
Is a class in Commerce City?
It's actually virtual. It's put on by the State Patrol.
Oh, so it's a virtual class. Okay. 5 hours, you said. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you
then
very
you're-
much.
Thank
you
you.
can leave the meeting. Thank you.
No, they said email, right?
Mhm.
We can leave this meeting totally, right?
Yeah, you can completely leave the meeting. My clerks will reach out to you by email.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, wait. Oh. And we have another juvenile coming in. So we have 3 that we're waiting on, right? 4. Yeah, we've taken care of Newton and Ritter. Do either of you know why Miguel Angel Lopez is in my queue as a failure to comply? There's already a warrant issued on April 22nd. I'm sorry? No, it's FTC queue. He's the only one that's in my queue. But I just opened his file and we issued a warrant for his failure to appear on April 22nd. And it looked like the warrant's already issued. I don't know why it popped into my queue.
What I can see, it says judge plea by mail processing, and it says there's 32 in there.
There's what? Here, come here, look. I don't have any plea by mails.
That's your main.
But yeah, that's my, these are my queues right here.
Oh.
Could somebody eliminate it? I haven't done a plea by mail in 2 days.
I don't have FTC on my screen. I don't either. That's what I was looking at. So I'm not able. It's just I have the what is the judge plea? Is that what they have? I think so. I don't know. What's the name?
It's Miguel Angel Lopez. And the case number is 2524. And the last thing I'm showing is that I ordered the warrant on April 22nd and the warrant got issued on April 23rd.
Yeah, I think you have to comply with it. No. That's not, no, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You just look back to, so to come watch.
I issued the warrant on April,
They created on the phone today at 10. Once you get, where's the community? No, I can send it to you. They're not gonna mail it. Oh, also, look at generated on the phone. It went in there.
yeah, April 22nd, he failed to appear.
It went in there on its own. I don't think you should have it.
Okay. I'm going through to see if there's any other work besides the FTAs for me to do. And I don't show that there's anything else for me to do now except this case and then the FTAs from today.
This was yesterday's trial. Do you know where the green folder is?
Yeah, it's in, no, it's in my road part.
Okay, can you tell me what? Perfect.
That's the plea by mail. That's the JDI. That is the registry. I guess there are 32 things in there.
No, that's why I'm telling him there's 32 things, and he's like, what are you thinking about?
Oh, there's more. Oh, crap. I haven't done them because I hadn't seen them.
There were a couple that you had done, like this one you had done. he emailed and you had already gone in and typed it via an ROA,
Mhm.
but that doesn't move it. So with this new one, I think I made it so that if you type order, so if you're gonna do add order, it should take it out, just test and send it to C1S.